Once upon a time, there lived a man in a small village who was deeply worried about his son. The boy was lazy and entirely careless. He never worked and spent his whole day just wandering here and there around the village. One day, the father decided it was time to teach his son a lesson.
He called his son over and gently said, "Son, there is a watch kept inside the cupboard. Bring it to me." The boy went to the cupboard, retrieved the watch, and handed it to his father. The father looked at the watch and gave him a task. "Now take this watch to the market. Ask everyone you meet how much they think it is worth."
The boy nodded and went to the market. He began showing the watch to various people. One man estimated its worth at 500 rupees, another said 1,000, and someone else guessed 800. Everyone he met gave a completely different price, and no one could fully agree. The boy returned home and told his father, "Father, everyone told me a different price for the watch. Some said 500, some said 800, and some said 1,000. The man simply smiled and instructed his son to put the watch back in the cupboard. The next day, the father called his son again and asked him to bring out the exact same watch. When the boy brought it, the father gave him a strange new directive. "Now go to the market again. This time, don't ask the price of the watch. Ask people the price of the time inside this watch." The boy was deeply confused and didn't understand what his father meant, but he obeyed and headed back to the market. He walked around asking people, "How much is the time inside this watch worth?" People looked at him strangely. Some laughed at him, some told him to just go away, and others called it a foolish question. Feeling embarrassed and sad, the boy almost gave up. Finally, he stopped at a small shop where an old man was busy repairing watches. When the boy asked his question, the old shopkeeper paused his work. He looked at the boy with a kind smile, instantly understanding what the boy was truly searching for. The old man told him softly, "Son, you cannot put a price on time. You can give millions of rupees, but you cannot buy back even 1 second of your life. That is why you must use your time wisely." He continued to explain that time has both a bad trait and a good trait. The bad thing is that it passes, but the good thing is that you get to choose how to spend it. He reminded the boy that everyone in the world, both the rich and the poor, gets the exact same 24 hours in a day. The only difference between them is how they choose to use those hours. Hearing these words, the boy's eyes filled with understanding, and something fundamental changed inside him. He thanked the old man and rushed straight home to tell his father everything that had happened. The father smiled with pride and placed a hand on his son's shoulder. From that day onward, the boy's life changed completely. He stopped wasting his days wandering aimlessly, began working hard, and learned to use every single moment wisely, because he finally understood the true, priceless value of time.